What is up, guys? Episode 2. Today is Sunday, April 5th. Today I'm going to talk to you about equipment needed, the minimum equipment needed to gain size from home. What is up, guys? This is episode number 3. Today is April 12th, and today I'm going to talk to you about best eating regimens to follow if you want to see some really fast results. And then also I'm going to share with you my current results, how my week went, and if I'm on track to meeting my goal by summer. Alright guys, so let's dive in. The first thing I want to just talk to you guys a little bit about briefly is the program does come with meal planning. You do get a book. It comes with meal planning all up in that book, and it's catered to men that want to body build. And that's totally cool if that's something you want to do. But just an FYI and something to think about before you go down that road is, do you want to have that type of lifestyle to get those kind of results? A lot of guys come into this program and are all jacked up and they want that kind of physique and they want to gain like a massive amount of muscle, which is fine, but that is an intense lifestyle, especially if you are going from not really working out that much, or maybe you kind of been dabbling a little bit and then you jump right into something like that. I wouldn't recommend it. Most guys get overwhelmed and they just end up quitting. So going into any type of goal, you have to make it realistic. Going from what you're doing now to going into whatever goal you're trying to achieve. I wouldn't say, if you're overweight, I wouldn't say I want to go into this, and I'm not really into working out. I haven't been into working out, but I want to bodybuild this for physique right now, in a year. And it's easy to say that you want that, but you have to understand the lifestyle that comes along with these types of goals. And if you set the wrong goals, you're going to only hurt yourself because you're going to overwhelm yourself and you're going to end up quitting. So the best thing that I recommend anybody to do is set small, attainable goals and work your way into it. Because, when I first started fitness, I never imagined that I would be up on a stage shortly after and posing in front of thousands of people. That's not what my goal was when I first went into this. My goal was just to see my abs, and that was it. So biggest recommendation starting out, and how I want to start this video, is just making sure that you guys are setting the right goals for yourself. So you guys are heading down the right path. Don't go into this saying, I want to be shredded and I want to be there by 3 months from now or 6 months from now. You got to set small, attainable goals. If you haven't been working out, the biggest thing that I recommend everybody that I help is just to get in the habit of working out, and then we will cater to whatever goal it is that you want as we go. But the biggest thing that most guys want when they start out is they just want to lose the fat. They want to gain some size. They want to get some definition in the midsection. So it's very vital that you guys are choosing the right goals, setting small attainable goals, and then matching up a meal plan that kind of is maintainable and realistic to incorporating into your lifestyle immediately. There is no one meal plan. There is no one anything when it comes to starting out, because it is a new lifestyle. It's not going to happen overnight. It's something that is more mentally challenging than actually knowing what to do. It's easy to do. It's easy to get in shape, but it's all the mental part of it and actually going forward with doing everything that needs to be done that's hard, which is why it's nice to be a part of a team to really help you get through those struggles and those mental challenges, like actually meal prepping every week like you should be, and working out every day like you should be. That's hard enough as it is. So when guys come in and they're like, I want to get a bodybuilder's physique, and they haven't even been working out consistently, not a good idea. So it is important that you choose the right goals. So your takeaway from what I just said, I want you to make sure that you go into any workout regimen, whatever it is that you decide to do, make sure that it's attainable and set small, realistic goals. You can always change as you go, but just make sure that they're realistic goals for yourself. So step number one would just be getting in the gym every day, learning what foods are good, what foods are bad, and getting an idea of maybe where you should be at as far as calories. So that's all I got to say about that. But the next thing I want to say is what I think about counting calories. That's a big question I get a lot, and that is something that I did at the beginning to only get an idea of what I should be getting to get the results that I want. So going into a program or any workout regimen, it's a good idea to kind of understand like where you should be at, but to count your calories is way over the top if you haven't been working out and you're just getting started. It's definitely not something you need to do. Just kind of it goes along with what I just started saying in this video. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do any of that. The best thing that I did to see results was to go into it and just get consistent with my workouts, make small attainable goals like I just talked to you about, and setting a goal for myself that was realistic, like losing the fat around the midsection, gaining a little size. You don't need an immense amount of calories or protein to do that, especially if you haven't been working out. It doesn't take much, so I do not count calories, and I wouldn't recommend anybody starting out to count calories because you don't freaking need to. All you should be doing is learning what foods do what, how much of this, how much of that, and all that good stuff. And foods you actually enjoy. You have to learn and create meal plans, or I would help you create meal plans if you worked with me, but you have to make meal planning and foods with foods that you actually enjoy. Like one week, you're going to be like, I didn't really like that. Next week, you got to do this. What does it have in it? Is it going to hurt me or help me? Like there's so much that goes into it, but it's all about learning what foods you like, what foods you don't like, how much carbs you need, and things like that. And it's not cookie cutter, The thing of it is like people come into it and they're like, how much carbs do I need? How much calories do I need? How much this and that, protein? Like you don't need to do any of that. You just need to learn what foods do what and learn when to take those certain types of foods. Like carbs, for an example, is a big one that I talk to a lot of guys about. So basically, just to give you a little a tidbit about that, is carbs are good, but they can hurt you more than help you if not taken at the right times. So carbs are always better to be taken when they're actually going to be used. If you take carbs before you go to bed, they're not going to get used and it's going to turn into fat. It depends what your goal is. Again, this is not anything that I'm saying is not tailored to men that want to bodybuild. So to have carbs at night is just a bad idea in general. So you're going to want to have carbs in the morning because you're going to be burning, you're going to be moving around all day. So carbs in the morning is never a bad idea, but it's definitely comes down to like what carbs too. You have to learn about like, is these types of carbs okay? And then during lunch, that's okay too. Or if you want to have carbs shortly before you work out, that's fine. As long as your carbs are being used. So that's just kind of like one example to give you an idea of like, as far as what I'm talking about when I say when certain foods are good, like protein. Protein is best to be taken immediately when you wake up because your body's looking for the most nutrients at that time because it just went 8 hours without anything. So you're going to want to like get protein right away in the morning, a lot of it. And then protein right after your workout. Those are the two most important times. Morning and then right after your workout. Those are the times that you're going to want to get the best types of proteins in your body. That's when your body's going to take it in and your body's going to utilize it the most. So that should give you an idea of like what I'm talking about when I'm saying what foods do what, when, and all that stuff. And then of course, like I said, you got to find foods too that you enjoy. Like you can't be miserable doing this, getting to your goal. You got to find out what foods are good, what foods that are going to get you to your results, and all that stuff. There's so much that goes into it. So it's really nice to be able to work with someone. So I would, if you're new to this and just getting in shape and losing weight and you've struggled, you're going to want to work with somebody that kind of has done it before. So if that's something you're looking for, make sure you find somebody that's been there, done that, and learn as much from them as possible. So to go into it by yourself is absolutely super challenging. And I didn't do it because I've done it. I went in magazines. I've looked and tried to do my own thing. It's okay to ask for help. Okay, so that is a huge one because us guys, we like to think that we know everything, right? And, you know, I got this, I can do this, you know, and that's fine. Most guys, you know, have that type of mentality, and I did for a long time, and that's why I never got results. It wasn't until I took the plunge with this program, dove into that meal planning book, and learned all the stuff that I have, and that's when I started seeing results, is when I learned all this stuff that I'm sharing with you right now as far as like what foods and when and all that good stuff. So that's pretty much what I wanted this video to be about, is just to kind of share with you setting realistic goals was one takeaway that I want you guys to get from this video, and then learning what foods do what and when. And then number 3, make sure that you actually enjoy the road to getting where you're gonna go. Set attainable goals and just actually enjoy the process. If you guys do want a sample of meal plan of something that I follow, or just 1 week's worth of recipes and things that I eat during 1 week, just to give you an idea, shoot me an email at steve@ucfitness.com, and I can definitely share that with you, just to kind of give you an idea of kind of like what I do. But that's all I got for you guys in this video. I just want to talk to you about setting realistic goals and all that stuff. And it's just so important just to not go into it setting your expectations too high and overwhelm yourself at the beginning, because then you end up quitting, and that's not a good thing either. So getting slow progress is better than no progress. So keep that in mind. Now I just want to talk to you guys about my results real quick. My results I'm feeling pretty damn good about. I kept my meal planning very simple, as I always do every single week. So I'm feeling really, really good. I'm definitely losing the percentage of body fat, which you guys are going to see. And then also my weights are going up. I'm feeling more, I guess you could say plump. I don't know how to explain it. My shirts are filling out more. I'm on track. I'm losing weight. And I can tell, but yet my weight sometimes goes up and my percentage of body fat goes down. So one last thing I want to say too is, if you guys are weighing yourself all the time, wouldn't recommend it. I would stop doing that immediately. The best way to measure your progress and keep track of your results is by how your clothes feel and just percentage of body fat. You know, those are the two biggest things. And if you want to weigh yourself, I wouldn't recommend doing anything more than once a month. If you guys have your scale laying on the ground in the bathroom right next to the shower, probably a bad idea. I would put that scale right underneath the sink, or put it somewhere where you have to actually open up a door, take it out, put it on the floor. Don't make it so convenient for yourself to weigh yourself, because you're only going to get in your own head, and it's going to hurt you more than help you. But that's all I got to say in this video. If you guys would like to join my team, Team Beast Haven, all you got to do is fill out my online questionnaire at teambeasthaven.com. Again, that's teambeasthaven.com. Fill out that questionnaire, and I'll get back to you and what that group is and what that team is all about. I do accountability. I help with meal planning. I set you up with the program, supplements, everything that you need to get results. And I'm only interested in helping people that are ready. You have to be ready. You have to be ready to go all in. Those are the type of people that I work with. So if that's you, fill out that damn questionnaire and let's get some results. And you could be exactly where you want to be by like summer, which is what I'm trying to do. I want to be shredded by summer. I want to make this year literally my best year. I want to get in the single digits as far as percentage of body fat. And then once I get to that point, I want to just be all about gaining size. I don't like to bulk before gaining size. You don't need to do that, especially if you have the right supplements. You can do everything you want to do without having to bulk, which is gain size, which is what I want to do. But till the next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.